All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Solomon Project, where it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. I have a real treat for you guys today. Don't forget, in the description below, you got 4 separate brokerages. If you want to get started, or if you're already started and you just want to add another brokerage to... Sorry about that, I'm having difficulty here. Found it. And you want to add another brokerage, then you're more than welcome. There are 4 separate brokerages in the description below. Pick whichever one you want. They offer rewards once you sorry, I'm trying to figure something out here. Yeah, once you add money to your account, some of them have a minimum. I think it's like $100 or something like that. But once you fund your account, they're offering, the different brokerages offer different prizes, maybe I can call it that. Anyway, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this if you wish. Real treat for all y'alls. I'm at a facility where the docks are inside a cave system. I'm going to drive right over there right now. But I'm going to go to the cave system out here in Carthage, Missouri. Carthage, Missouri. So we're gonna go on up. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. That's what I count. That's my count when I stop at a stop sign. I count up to 3. Hopefully that's around 3 seconds. And because I don't just have the camera you're watching from, but there's also a dash cam. So in the event that I get pulled over by the authorities for not stopping at a stop sign, or they accuse me of yielding at the stop sign instead of stopping, coming to a full stop, that's my routine. When I get to the stop, I don't move. I do my little count. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. That way, I would have stopped long enough, and that would have been picked up on the dash cam. So that will serve as evidence in a court of law that I came to a full stop. So let's go, y'alls. Now, there are signs as you're coming to this location to do a pickup or a delivery. There's a sign that lets you know that although this is the primary entrance, this is not where you check in. The check-in is where I left, but there's a sign that lets you know that. Trucks use right lane. Now, when you check in, you get a gate code. If you don't go check in at the right location and you come here directly, you'll be here without a gate code. No gate code, no entry. Here we go. Let's do the gate code. Stand by, y'all, while we do the gate code. You put in the code, you got to make sure you put in that number sign also. If you don't put in the 4-digit number and forget to put the number sign, then it's not gonna work. So let's head on down, y'all. Going toward the caves. So they gave me directions. Come on down, y'all. All right. At this split, we got to keep to the left. Keep to the left, and now we're gonna go ahead. Go straight through, because we gotta go to door 91. So we gotta go in through tunnel 15. Well, now let's stand by right here. I'll be right back. I gotta go shut off my reefer, because I'm not allowed to have it on in the tunnel. Those fumes could be very bad. All right, y'alls. Reefer unit is off. We are clear to move forward. And as you're going in, there's a sign up top. It says reefer units off beyond this point. And if you look to the right, along with the speed limit inside the tunnel, they want reefer units off beyond this point. So let's go. Whoa. There was a speed bump there. That's pretty severe. Or at least it felt severe. So according to the diagram given to me, door 91 is straight ahead. Pretty funky, huh? Picking up and delivering in a tunnel system. And there's another location, another city, and I think it's here in Missouri, where there's another tunnel system. All right, let's go search for our door. I see 94, 95, 96. I'm gonna go forward. Hopefully at the end, there's some place where I can turn around and do a U-turn and align myself with door number 1 if it's on the other side. Yes, I can. I'm gonna turn here. I could have gone to the next gap, but as you can see here, there's a yard horse. That's what they call the yard horse. The yard horse parked in a very inconvenient spot. So we are going to align ourselves with door 91. Okay. Let's do some backing up, y'alls. Shimon. Okay. Back up. You want to back up nice and slow, because I didn't see where the yard man was or the yard woman, and she might be in an office that's off to our right now as we're backing up. Now I don't see any lines on the floor. Oh, there she is. She popped out of that office behind me, and it's a good thing I'm going nice and slow. It's very difficult to see the lines on the ground, and the lines on the ground help you align your trailer straight with the dock door. Okay, so right now I'm gonna let you guys continue to look all around while I go to the back, open up the doors, and hit that button so I can slide the tandems. Be right back. All right, so here we go. So we're gonna go ahead and release the tractor brakes, but we're gonna keep the trailer brakes, because we want the tandems on the trailer to slide all the way to the rear of the trailer. There are many warehouses. We just made it to slide the tandems all the way. Many warehouses will ask you to do that so that when the loaders in their forklifts go in and out of the trailer, they don't go bouncing all over the place. So now we're gonna try to align ourselves with that line that you could barely see on the ground. Again, I'm gonna go back slowly. This time I'm going back slowly for two reasons instead of one. Number one, I want to make sure that nobody gets pinned in the back. And number two, I don't want to bang into the wall and potentially cause some type of damage, although it could be minor. All right, Charles. So I'm going to run inside and we'll pick up in a little while. We're back for more. Okay. Now, while I was checking in, there was some confusion. When I went inside the guard shack, there was a guard in there, and when it was my turn, I provided the guard with the information necessary, and I specified that it was a pickup. However, a second guard came in. I was left with the impression that he was of a higher rank, and with the exchange that both guards had, the second guard, the one that came in afterwards, was confused. He said, "Well, wait a minute. This is a delivery. This isn't a pickup. He's got a seal on the trailer." And then that guard gave me the opportunity to correct him and let him know that no, this is actually a pickup. You see, this is the second pickup for this run. It's 2 pickups and 1 delivery. The first pickup put a seal on the trailer door, and that created some confusion for the second guard. No worries though. We got it all taken care of. I'm watching another driver back up toward his door. He's to my left. He still has his trailer doors open, so I'm wondering if he's going to be able to back up far enough to open his doors, because there's a column. Well, no, he moved back out. Splendid indeed. Splendid indeed. So I've been extremely busy visiting other content creators' channels, and I enjoy watching those channels and commenting on those channels and going on a few lives as well. And I want to thank Miss Queen Sunkissed. Miss Queen Sunkissed sent me a video to watch, a content creator that she follows, and the subject, or the part of the subject that I was supposed to pay attention to, was about boycotting. According to this content creator, and I'll leave the link for the video, you guys can watch it. The content creator, he doesn't believe that boycotting is an effective strategy. He doesn't believe that boycotting is an effective strategy. It's antiquated. This is something that our parents and grandparents used to use, but today it's not effective. I disagreed on that. According to the content creator, the best method is to buy shares, to become owners. Buy shares and vote. Vote members of the board out. Now, he wanted to make it a collective effort. He wanted to make it a collective effort. He suggested that we should all, as a community, participate in the purchase of shares of a particular company and, well, I guess enforce what it is that we are for or against, company policies, and what companies do that impact us, our community. I'm paraphrasing right now, but you can go in and tap on the link and go listen to it for yourself. Doing things collectively like that can prove to be, should I say, dangerous? See, if collectively people start to purchase and sell or make certain decisions as a group, being that we're all retail investors and we do this as a group, the Securities and Exchange Commission can launch an investigation, which could lead to an accusation of market manipulation, which is very bad. Getting hit with market manipulation can result in extremely expensive what do you call these things? I'm stuck on stupid right now. Extremely expensive fines. Extremely expensive fines. And not only that, it can also include a prison sentence of up to 25 years, if I remember correctly. 25 years. If found guilty of market manipulation. So I would be careful with that suggestion. Maybe find yourself a FINRA attorney that can help provide you with the necessary guidance so that you don't wind up under an investigation for market manipulation. But it was interesting. Miss Queen Sunkist allowed for a response that I gave her about my opinion over the suggestions made by that content creator, with the exception of that last part that I mentioned about the Securities and Exchange launching an investigation. I didn't include that in my response. She used my response to create a video of versus my opinion versus the other person's opinion or suggestion. What I do agree with that content creator is that it is important for us to become owners. Ownership is where it's at in this country. Ownership. You can purchase. You don't have to start a business from scratch. You can buy into a business through their stocks. When you buy stocks, you're buying a piece of that business. So you don't have to build a business from scratch. And you have two approaches. You can have an income producing stock or a growth stock, which which hopefully increases in value. Hopefully the stock price increases in value throughout time. And when you do decide to sell that growth stock, you can sell it for a profit that you probably will not encounter with a income producing stock. Income producing stocks tend to stay in a certain range. For example, there might be a stock, an income yielding stock, which is a dividend yielding stock, which may range between $40 and $50. And that's basically the price range that it stays for a very long period of time. Whereas a growth stock might start off in 40 and end up as $400 a share within 5 to 10 years. So it's different, and it's the growth stocks that will increase the value of your portfolio faster than the dividend yielding stock, or a portfolio of only dividend yielding stock. That's a slower growth. It's a growth, but a slower one. Now, you don't have to stick to just one type, and this is not financial advice, but you don't have to stick to one type. This is for entertainment purposes only. You can mix and match. You can have some growth and some income producing stocks. But I definitely do agree with that person that becoming an owner is an important part of your financial growth, financial future. Okay, so it's time for me to go. So, guys, please stay fresh and keep it profitable.
Arabam Dacia, seviyorum çift kalem aça. Göremedi kimseden fayda, işler